We had 15,082 homes to rent, 8,855 houses, 4,484 flats, 1,024 bungalows, and 719 sheltered accommodation.
This year we've built 65 new homes. We're committed to building 1,000 plus new homes in the next 5 years. Our new homes make a big difference to people's lives, and not only to the people who are moving into the properties themselves, but also to the wider area in terms of regeneration benefits. For example, Norris Green, where we've invested in 3 major development sites to give that uplift overall to the community.
The bungalow is absolutely brilliant.
And this is what we've been wanting for some years now. Nice new property, nice new bungalow with a back and front garden.
All our properties are designed with high levels of insulation, thermally efficient boilers, water butts to keep the utility bills low. It's really important to us to create these cleaner and greener communities where people want to live.
We're absolutely over the moon with the quality of the property because it is very good. We'll have a lovely quality of life here.
It's not just about building new homes, it's about continued investment in all our homes.
This year we've invested over £6.5 million in our sheltered housing schemes. Our service provides support for 719 tenants in the sheltered service.
At Meadow Court, it's a beautiful place now it's finished.
The old door was so heavy, it was horrendous, but now it's just no problem whatsoever.
We've made dramatic improvements to the quality and the feel and the look of this scheme.
We have bingo on a Monday night now and it's nice and comfortable, you know. I can see a big difference in this place.
As well as investing in the sheltered housing schemes, we've spent £352,000 on adaptations to people's properties, which will enable those people to remain in their homes for longer than would necessarily be the case.
Last year we invested £700,000 in community initiatives. Today we're in the Everton ward on Queen's Road. We've got the Diane bus here, which is our digital inclusion and neighbourhood engagement bus. The welfare reform team are here. They're giving out welfare reform advice on bedroom tax and universal credit.
The pressure that Everton families and residents are under now is intense because of all the things that are coming at families, like the budget cuts and the welfare changes. For LMH to be out and about is really, really important. They've got a good history of listening, and if you listen to the community enough you get it right, but it needs that coming together, which is what's happening. And I know LMH are really committed to this little community here, which I'm delighted with.
It's just about engaging with the community. It's about investing in not just the properties that we own, but about in the people who live in them properties.
Community engagement is really, really important to LMH. We think, how can we run our services, offer our products if we're not communicating with the right people? And more importantly, if we're looking at a new service or a business area, we want to get it right and get it right first time.
Granby Children's Centre, I'd like to think, is the heart of this community. We work mainly with children, but we do a whole host of other things. We'll help people with their well-being, we'll help them if they've got problems, if they've got debts. Lots of different things. They just need to come into a friendly centre and realise that we are here to help.
LMH has become quite a trusted partner of the Children's Centre. People feel they can come along, they can access services for themselves and the children, but can also speak to me and the staff who come along at the housing surgeries.
Speaking to the families, everybody's excited. There's some new houses coming to Granby Street. Families are asking, how can we apply for these houses? So we're saying, well, when LMH come in, you can talk to them, go and find out about it. We've got staff that can translate as well, because English is not the first language for many families in this community, and I think it's breaking that gap as well.
Digital inclusion is about getting our tenants online. It's important at the moment because of welfare reform. Everything is online, so all of our tenants need to have access, whether it be at home or with the hubs that we're setting up. Today at the Green is the official launch of the IT Hub. There's 2 sessions a week and it's free for our tenants to get involved, and there's various things they can do on the sessions, from job search to Google, learn about eBay, and obviously welfare reform as well.
LMH have been really good and very helpful with us. I love coming round, meeting people and sort of trying to help people when I can. It helps people get jobs and look for jobs and do their CVs, and it's also good for older people because sometimes they're frightened of them and they need to not be afraid, because eventually everything's going to be digital.
Tenants remain at the heart of what we do. They hold a majority on our board of management and scrutinise and shape our services.
98% of rent was collected and there was £2.8 million in rent arrears. 88% of customers were satisfied with landlord services. 98.5% of responsive repairs were completed in time. 201,086 calls were answered by our customer service centre last year. 92.76% of calls were resolved at the first point of contact. (1,025) antisocial behaviour cases were reported last year. We resolved 78% of those antisocial behaviour cases, and our target for next year is 100%. We reduced our legal costs for tackling antisocial behaviour from £100,000 in 2011-12 to £55,000 in 2013-14.
They live on the estates and they know what the issues are on the estates. They know what needs to be done on the estates. So it's important that we work with the residents so they continue to rent their homes and live there peacefully and happily.
We're really committed to getting things right first time, and we're pleased it was over 92% for last year. We're going to continue to invest in training and new technology to support this.
Last year was a challenging time for our customers because of the Welfare Reform Act. We're on the cusp of entering into universal credit now. This is going to have a major impact on customers and also LMH. We interviewed over 3,000 customers affected by welfare reform, providing important advice and support. Providing this support is really important because we need to ensure that all our customers have the opportunity to maximise their income.
We employ 588 staff across LMH and also HMS, which is our wholly owned subsidiary that deals with our repairs and maintenance in our homes. In March this year, LMH got Investors in People for the second time running, and HMS got Investors in People Gold in their first ever assessment. So that really shows that we're committed to investing in our people and achieving the highest standards of customer service. We're committed to learning and development and helping to grow our people. We have a learning and development brochure with over 50 courses available. We also provide funding for people to go to college and study for professional qualifications in their field.
Last year, we turned over £65 million. We procured £41.9 million worth of services. Our average rent is £78.31, and we have 461 properties as affordable rent. This year we've made efficiency savings of £352,000, and our target for next year is £916,000. We reinvest profits back into our business and into our communities and neighbourhoods through our social dividend investment fund.
Everything we've achieved during the last year has been because of tenants, and that's because they've been involved in the community issues, they've been involved in those day-to-day issues, but they've also had a massive involvement in the strategic leadership of the business, and that's been fantastic. We've been selected to be Liverpool City Council's strategic housing delivery partner. So any new housing in Liverpool will be delivered through ourselves and our partners. But we're also looking to move into Knowsley, for instance, and we've got a good relationship with Knowsley Council. Changes in the welfare benefits system hit a huge range of our communities, and we've got to support those communities. We did that very successfully in 2013-14, and we'll continue to do that in 2014-15. We can't do all those other extra services and provide that extra value and invest in the communities if we're not a well-performing landlord. We want tenants to be at the heart of those services and that exciting future for LMH and for the City of Liverpool.